There's always chickens out here harassing me when I'm trying to do work. Alrighty guys, thank you again for joining me in the workshop. I'm Hunter Wilkins and this is Father and Forge. And what we're working on today, well, I'm going to be doing another knife today. Going at another round for a chef style knife. My last one was not a great success. I had a lot of issues. Turned out okay, like it's sharp, it cuts and everything, but it's not the blade design that I was going for, and it's not the it doesn't have the edge geometry that I was going for either. It's not bad, but it's not great. So this time I'm going to try to improve upon that. I'm actually going to, I don't usually do it based off of a design, but I have a design and I'm going to try to use it. I'm going to be making this out of 1095. This is a piece I got from New Jersey Steel Baron. It's a little bit thicker than the stock that I typically use, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to really draw that heel out and get a nice wide blade on this thing. That's the overall goal. You know, I want to get at least a few inches on that width. So that's the plan. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get started. So what I've been doing up until this point basically is I hammered in the tip, I roughed in the tip basically, and right now basically all I'm doing is kind of trying to lengthen out the blade part and get it all mushed down, because I'm at a 1/4 inch thick, so I've got to really move a lot of metal to get that thin enough to work into a blade. So I'm kind of just working that, trying to get that as thin as I can and get my rough blade shape in there. Now I can go back with the grinder and touch it up, but I want as little grinder work to do as possible on this. So I'm really going to try to get most of my shape done on the anvil with the hammer. So that's always kind of my goal, but you know, sometimes you change your mind on a design or something doesn't work quite how you thought it would, so you might have to do a little bit more grinding to get it out, but that's okay. But it's always beneficial, I think, to try to get everything you can done on the anvil first, so you don't have to go back and fiddle around with it. So let's keep going. So I actually got pretty worn out earlier. It was really hot and really humid, and just being behind the hammer, swinging that thing around, I exhausted myself a good bit. So I took a quick break and ended up going to the store, and then I was thinking like, oh well, maybe I'll just work on it tomorrow or do something, you know, put it off for later. But honestly, like I don't want to do that, so I'm back at it. I'm letting the forge heat back up. We're going to keep going with it. I don't have much more time left in the day to do much to it, but I want to get what I can done, and yeah, so I'm not giving up for today. Fun fact too is I have a really loud anvil with it's got a lot of ring in it. I just wrap this rope around here. I've seen people do magnets and all kinds of other stuff. I think the best thing to do is get a good base and put silicone in between your anvil and your base.
that helps a lot. I've seen adding some chain around it helps, but there's all sorts of little tips and tricks you can do to make it a little deader and quieter. But I was getting annoyed with the ring on it, and I just had this piece of rope and I just wrapped it around real quick, and it actually deadened it quite a bit. So it's a lot less ring to it now for sure. Alright, so we're at the end of the day now. I'm going to call it a day. That was pretty good, made a lot of progress. That's where we're at right now. Everything's nice and staying pretty straight, not getting too crazy on me, so I'm just got to keep sticking with that process throughout the build here. Got a little bit of twisting in the blade and stuff from where I was just working that handle, but I can fix that no problem. It's going pretty well. It's a lot harder to move this 1/4-inch steel than it is the other stuff I've been using, but it's getting there. I'm happy with that shape. It's looking pretty cool. Alright guys, so that's it for now. We'll definitely be doing more video on this knife, on this process. I'm happy with how it's coming along so far, so that's always a good thing. As always, I appreciate you watching, and please like and subscribe. I can't tell you how much that means to me when you do. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see pictures of a lot of the other projects and stuff like that. I'm constantly posting on there. Trying to be a part of the bladesmithing and blacksmithing community on there. So a lot of good information out there, really cool. So there's that. Check me out on Patreon. Don't have anything up yet, but I'm still willing to take donations. I apologize. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.